All right, well, good afternoon, and welcome to our first OTAVA channel partner webinar. I'm Liz Barnhart. I'll be your host for today's webinar, and I'm excited to share with you some of the latest developments and opportunities with OTAVA. So we'll just dive right into the agenda slide there, Mike. So today we're going to brief you on OTAVA's history. We'll familiarize you with OTAVA's multi-cloud strategy and talk about the benefits of partnering with OTAVA. Next slide. And today I'm joined by yours truly, Mike Caldwell, our Senior Director of Channel Enablement and Engineering. Mike's based out of Michigan and has been with OTAVA for over 11 years, which is crazy. It's awesome.
Happy to be here, everybody.
Next slide, Mike. So I love our company's history. Our journey began with Sure's Communications, a 150-year-old remarkable family-run business known for its long-term vision. So they were founded back in 1872 and have a rich history of sustained growth. In '94, Sure's acquired Online Tech, marking their entry into the technology space. And then in 2018, they expanded further by acquiring Neverfail. Then the following year, in 2019, Online Tech was rebranded as OTAVA. So today we focus on organic growth. We're leveraging our strong partnerships and with Sure's robust backing. This mutual growth strategy benefits our business and all of our partners. And it really allows us to have the resources needed to drive this continued innovation and deliver exceptional services to our customers. Next slide, Mike. So let's take a closer look at our global footprint. You'll notice that our data centers are marked here in orange dots. We have multiple locations: Michigan, Indianapolis, Denver, Vegas, Phoenix, Austin, Dallas, Ashburn. So really a great presence. The dots that are featuring that OTAVA logo represent our offices and where we have a significant number of staff based. And then these sites across the US are where we manage all of our cloud environments. The highlighted light blue around the edge of the US indicates where we have Azure capabilities. So this means we can provide services anywhere Azure operates, both within the US and internationally. You can see that we extend our Azure services globally as well, so including the UK, a couple locations in Germany. We also have a data center footprint, and then in these regions, we're actively running our cloud services that we sell to our customers. Mike, I'll pass it over to you.
Perfect. Well, let's. Today we're gonna. The topic is our multi-tenant multi-cloud architecture and how we approach that, and then how does it benefit partners. So we'll talk about both our managed public and OTAVA cloud today, as well as some other things. This slide just gives you a nice overview of what we do overall. The OTAVA was built on a culture of compliance. So everything that we do is compliant based. We treat everybody as if they need the highest level of all of our compliances, regardless if you need it or not. So we don't have different swim lanes or different ways we treat data. Everybody gets these compliance protections, even if they don't require it, and it's core to our business. We partner with the industry leading tools in the market. So we are a VMware Broadcom partner, premier partner. We also are a top 3 Veeam provider in the US, and that we also partner highly with Zerto. Not seen on this slide, we're a large Fortinet shop as well and have a ton of experience with those platforms. So let's talk about a little bit about multi-cloud and OTAVA. One quote that I thought was very impactful is, in VMware's research, 95% of organizations agree that multi-cloud is, the critical to how their business is going to grow and business success. So what does multi-cloud mean? Well, multi-cloud really is about your workloads belonging where they should. And so at OTAVA, we don't believe in a one-size-fits-all cloud approach. We don't want to fit all of your clients' workloads into one bucket. And we really focus on building solutions to suit your client's needs, wherever their data might be, and whatever their budget might be, kind of their expected outcomes of what they want to achieve. Uh, we develop strategies with you and your clients to kind of understand where their next generation of architecture needs to go and work with them to get there. And through our services, we really not only with that speed and agility, scalability, but I think the secret sauce is reducing the complexity of having to manage workloads in different places. So we really love the word "built to suit," and it's really ingrained in my heart of how I approach architecture from a multi-cloud standpoint, but how OTAVA would approach it for your clients as well. You can see on the bottom there, we believe workloads need to belong where they're going to best run and they're best suited. So that might be workloads that are on the client edge or in their premise. It might be workloads that are in Azure that we can manage for them. It might be in a co-located OTAVA data center, or it might be in our private cloud. And there's use cases for why you'd want those workloads in those places. For example, if you have a dev test application or applications that can take advantage of some of the platform tools that Managed Azure has to offer, it's a best fit for that because you can turn things off when you don't need it. You can auto scale things crazy when you do. Think of like Netflix, for example. Other use cases might be, hey, if you're running a medical record system, that is going to run best in a 24 by 7, 100% horsepower, cloud that would be OTAVA's private cloud. So we want to understand your client's workloads and then put them where they best belong. The secret sauce comes with when we overlay our management and compliance. So regardless of where in these 4 buckets your client's workloads might be, OTAVA can manage and orchestrate that to give one source of truth and one experience and wrap all of our compliance that we talked about earlier, regardless of where those workloads live. Multi-cloud is a transformation. It's not something that's a light switch that you can flick on overnight. It's really a journey that we would partner with your clients to take them on. And it really starts with understanding where your data is, where those workloads are today, and then really start about data protection and resiliency. It's a good first step. It's a non-disruptive approach to getting started on re-architecting, and thinking about their environment from a multi-cloud strategy. Our experts, we have a huge bench depth of expertise from engineering and networking architecture, etc. All of our experts will assist in that strategy and planning and execution of a plan to get to multi-cloud. And then, I think on the diagram here, you can see, we tie in all of those different types of buckets of work. So if it's on-premise data center, if it's stuff in our cloud, if it's things like in Azure or Office 365, especially now we can expand that conversation and talk about, generative AI and other things that we can, that are now hot that we can leverage. And so this slide really tries to show that we are here for the journey, and it's a step-by-step process to get from A to B, but we have assisted a lot of clients and partners to get there. So why are multi-cloud solutions in the channel? We have a lot of options in the industry of who could help you with this. For me, I think it's really about purpose-built services for me. So again, we used the tagline "built to suit" earlier. It's really true for us. We want to understand your clients, where they want to go in the next 5 years, and what is that architecture? Should that look like? So we really built to suit a solution with a variety of tools. If it's some, as I talked about before, if it's Managed Azure or if it's co-location, etc. We have our people-centered support team is available around the clock, 24/7, 365. You get a real human whenever you call. You get an OTAVA engineer, an OTAVA employee. We don't have third-party call centers or support staff. You're getting the real deal when you call in, and we believe in that people-centered approach to support. Our channel team is partner focused, and we understand like your business as a partner and what it means to have, when you put your trust in us with your clients, we understand that your word and your reputation and your client's experience is the most important thing. One of the things I like to call out is different than some other companies you might work with. When your client comes on board with OTAVA, they get an account executive team that actually stays with them for the life of their engagement with us. So they're not, the person they talk to that that sells them a solution doesn't sell it to them and then leave and somebody else is managing them and they have no relationship. We believe in relationships. So from a partner level, you're working with your channel manager and Liz and I. From a client level, that client is working with an account executive team, the seasoned, who stays with them, that understands their environment and their needs, and their 5-year plan for how to grow their business, which is, I think, really important. Uh, Lastly, all of our compliances that we talked about earlier, they flow down to your clients through the various services we provide. And so I think it's important to call that out. So, think about it from a co-location standpoint. If you have a client that wants to put their environment in a HIPAA compliant data center, our HIPAA compliances will flow down to them, and for the things that are involving data center on that audit, we'll check that box for them. We'll provide all of our audit reports under NDA and be able to help them on their compliant journey by wrapping compliance around the things that we can do for them. So I'll hand it back over to Liz for some of the benefits of partnering with OTAVA.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike. So our partners enjoy a range of benefits that help drive their success. So through the OTAVA CloudPulse Partner Portal, you can gain access to co-branded marketing material, prospecting support, even free security assessments. And then additionally, we offer channel spiffs, product and solution training, dedicated solution architects, and of course our channel managers. And then we also provide you with proposal-based MDF, which is a clear pathway to success through our partnership. We have different tiers of partnership. So Mike, if you want to move to the next slide. And I think we pulled that slide out. That's okay. This is our dedicated team. So I'm so very proud of each and every one of these individuals. You have Phil Burton out of Denver supporting our MSP partners, Rachel Martinez out of Austin, who looks after the Central region, Christy O'Neill out of Dallas, who supports our partners in the West, and then our newest addition, Kyle Cochran out of Greenville, that looks after our partners in the East. Next slide. All right, here's the series. So our plans are to have our CloudPulse Webinar Series be presented to you the third Thursday of each month, so you know what to expect. We want to keep these webinars very short and sweet and to the point, give you an opportunity to ask questions of the team. But these sessions are really designed to empower you with the knowledge and best practices across the various topics. So disaster recovery with Zerto, which will be coming up next, navigating compliance with OTAVA, optimizing data protection with Veeam, even leveraging the hyperscalers to grow your business, and then of course, VMware Cloud Solution. So please be sure to register for these upcoming webinars. The best way to do that is to gain access to our partner portal, and you can find access there. I believe there's a link that's going to be popping up here on the screen, or you can go right to the OTAVA website and click on Partner Portal. One more thing I wanted to make sure that I remind you all to do. We have this fantastic podcast called The Notice. It's hosted by TJ Howsky and Melissa Locke, and it really isn't just any tech podcast. It's truly where, they have life, meet business, leadership, discussions around culture, and each of the episodes, I think we're at the tail end of season 2, they dive into tech that powers our businesses. They have leadership stories that will truly inspire you, and the kind of company culture that makes people really excited to, start their workday. So I encourage you to check that out. Please log in, please subscribe. And then we did really good on time, Mike. So it looks like we've got time to answer a few of the questions that have come in. And if there's anything that we don't get to, we will absolutely be sure to respond to you guys via email.
Perfect. Let's do some questions.
Let's pull them up. Here's one from the chat. It is, how do you ensure compliance with standards such as HIPAA, PCI, SOC 2 and 3, ISO?
Yeah, great question. So OTAVA, as I said, we were our whole company is at our core is about compliance. So how do we maintain those? Well, we involve third-party auditing firms to meticulously go through not only all of our products and solutions, but also all of our internal processes, procedures, the way we control your data, the way we safeguard things, the way we protect our environments and protect our clients' environments. So that third-party auditing firm is going to, they go through, if it's a Plant Moran and others, go through, it's a year-long process every year, going through every detail you can imagine. And then they deliver an audit report that says, hey, OTAVA is following all the guidelines required by XYZ compliance, if it's HIPAA or high trust or SOC. And then those are every year we have to go through that whole assessment again. So just because you get it 1 year doesn't mean if you don't renew it or don't go through it again, that falls off pretty quickly. So uh, everything that we do at Otava goes through that yearly audit process to, so you guys can know and rest assured that Otava is the compliant solution that we say we are. And we back that up with all of our audit reports. So any of your clients or yourself as a partner can reach out to Liz and I or the team and get those audit reports so you can see the proof is in the pudding and we back up what we say that we are. So hopefully that answers the question.
Yeah, really good. Here's another one that came through. How does OTAVA's multi-cloud strategy support business agility and scalability for our clients?
Yeah, I mean that's really at the meat of the topic here.
Right.
So from a agility standpoint, companies they have when I have the times that I can think of when companies have struggled in an adoption, either moving to cloud or wherever, they're trying to fit all of their disparate applications and a mix of legacy and modern architectures, into a single bucket. And the truth of the matter is that workload, you lose that agility and scale when when you try to fit everything into a framework that everything might not fit well into. To be more agile and to be more scalable, we want to fit workloads where they belong, so we can give them you have the agility as a company to either pivot and move in a different direction for certain things, or to not be pigeonholed into only using one solution when maybe the application in question requires a different one, right? Perfect example is there might be a workload that best fits in Azure for the ability to auto scale, right? I talked about this a little earlier. If you think about Netflix, right? Netflix from about 5 p.m. to midnight, needs tens of thousands of servers. During the day, they need a lot less than that. And using the right cloud and the right tools for your each individual applications or different workloads, better position you to scale those workloads appropriately, not only on an application level but on a business level, right? If I know, hey, I'm quickly growing, and maybe I'm in co-location and I am buying servers when I need them, but I can't scale fast enough than what I'm doing today. So leveraging some of those other technologies, either private or public cloud, lets me scale quickly. I can access resources faster, and I can approach it from I have lots of different areas to grow my business versus just one strategy that might take a while. I can't grow as fast as I want to.
Thanks, Mike. Here's a hot topic. What differentiates OTAVA's managed Azure services from other providers, and what specific advantages can we expect?
Yeah, great question. So the biggest thing for us around a couple things. We When I talk about our support, that people focused support is really important. Who you work with in a managed Azure workload is OTAVA. Our certified Azure engineers, our support team, we all understand your Azure environment. The OTAVA's approach is, a lot of time with a managed Azure service, company that want you to spend, Azure is designed natively to get you to spend more money. From our perspective, we want to tailor a managed Azure solution that is the most economical and scalable for you. So we will proactively, do things like, make sure we're analyzing your spend and giving you reports on on, hey, is this set up to best practice that is the most affordable? Are your VMs scoped in a way that are you spending more money than you need to on uh, how your VMs are deployed? But also too from a compliance standpoint, hey, is your from when we manage your Azure, we will happily go through and make recommendations. You should really set up Azure in this way to meet these compliances, or your network security architecture isn't best practice. Let us help you get it there. So we really are focused on making Azure a place that's easy to understand, with people that you know who you can call and understand your business and understand the challenges that Azure brings to make it easy. And so I think that's a big differentiator for us.
Nice, thanks, Mike.
Good question.
One, I think, might be the last question. Let me see here. So, could you provide an overview of the migration process to OTAVA's cloud services, including like any tools or support provided to ensure a really smooth transition?
Yeah, that's a great question. So migrations are always kind of the secret sauce to getting into a multi-cloud architecture. And so, from our standpoint, we offer migration services. So, if your clients are, regardless of where they're coming from, if they're coming from do-it-yourself on-premise, if they're coming from another cloud, so we will leverage our implementation team, and we will scope out a statement of work and a project plan for that migration. You'll get assigned a project manager and a engineering team that will assist, and either we can as a service manage migrate your clients for you. We can work with you as well and work with your clients if they to do it together. And that statement of work is very important because we'll put gates around when does this migration start, when does it end, what's the success criteria, and we also we give our clients a window of opportunity to do that migration, especially if they're worried about having to pay for an old environment and a new environment, and how does that overlap. So we'll generally say a 30 days or a 60-day migration, and we'll put all that framework and orchestration around it to help them move with various tools. Either some of the tools you saw earlier with Zerto or Veeam; those are all different types of tools we would use to do a migration.
Cool. Okay, last one. What's the deal registration process look like with OTAVA? So very easy. All we need to do is log into the partner portal, register if you don't already have access. I just dropped the link to register in our chat, so please feel free to pull that up. We'll ask you a number of questions, not too many, but we want to make sure that we're quickly qualifying the leads that are coming in, and you will be contacted pretty much immediately by your channel manager that's assigned to your account, and we'll take it from there. We will involve you, we will involve our OTAVA AE, their SA as well, and do a little pre-meeting before we schedule that discovery call with the end client. But we like to move quickly, right? Time is of the essence, so you will hear from us immediately. And I think that's it. Anything further,
Well,
Mike?
thank you,
Anything
everybody.
else you want to end on?
Yeah, I would just, to that, the partner registration, I think, Liz, you speak really important thing is we will move as fast as you need us to. We understand that your clients and your reputation and your clients' experience is in the forefront of our minds. So, as you get to know us, as you work with, you'll work with a channel manager that really is going to be responsive and will help you through it and make sure that they are overseeing your engagement with us. So as your clients on board with us, right? We don't go away. We are also making sure that your clients are getting a good experience from the minute that they engage with us on a discovery call to the minute that they're happy in their solution. And then we also are with you for the life of your partnership with us. So issues that come up or things that you need help with, we're here for you. Your channel manager's here for you. So, but it starts with that partner registration. But anyway, that's all I have to add, and I appreciate everybody's time today.
Yeah, thanks everyone for joining the webinar today. And again, we're here to answer any questions you have, so please feel free to reach out to us at any time. We very much appreciate your partnership and look forward to our continued success. And again, thanks for the time this morning, and have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.